Tell me why you're sitting with me here today.
I have stage 4, so my cancer came back.
They were the brightest stars in Hollywood, adored, famous, and on the verge of superstardom. But one by one, they vanished from the glitzy spotlight, leaving fans in the industry stunned. What happened? The truth was far darker than anyone could have imagined.
Heather, how are you doing? The turmoil continues for troubled actress Heather Locklear. The former Melrose Place star shielded her face with a hoodie today after being busted yet again.
These are the stories of 5 actors whose disappearances rocked Hollywood, each with a shocking twist that will leave you questioning everything. Number 1, Tara Reid, the fall of the darling of the screen. It was the early 2000s, and Tara Reid had it all. Fresh off the success of American Pie and The Big Lebowski, she was a household name. With her bubbly personality and striking beauty, Reid seemed destined to be a Hollywood mainstay. But just when it appeared like her career was reaching its peak, everything came crashing down. The turn of events began with a series of high-profile appearances. She was spotted on red carpets, at celebrity events, and living the Hollywood dream. But then, rumors began circulating that Reid was struggling with substance abuse, and her once promising career started to decline rapidly. She was dropping out of films, canceling interviews, and eventually disappearing from the public eye entirely. The shocking twist: Reid was battling a deeper issue, one that many in the industry were not prepared to discuss. Behind closed doors, she had become a victim of the intense pressures Hollywood places on young stars, leading her into a spiral of self-doubt and addiction. Yet it wasn't just the industry that did her in. There was a betrayal by someone close to her that fueled her decision to retreat from the world. Tara Reid's disappearance wasn't just a result of her personal struggles. It was a calculated move to protect herself from the very people who once adored her. Number 2, Shannon Doherty. From Queen of TV to The Shadows, Shannon Doherty was once the queen of the small screen, playing Brenda Walsh on Beverly Hills 90210. She was the face of 90s teen drama, a beloved character in millions of homes. But by the mid-90s, her sudden departure from the show came as a shock to fans. What happened? Was it the infamous drama on set? Did the character of Brenda Walsh become too much to handle? The truth behind Shannon's exit is far more complex. Behind the on-screen conflicts and headlines lay a deep-seated frustration with her career. Shannon had been typecast in roles that didn't reflect her true range as an actress, and this professional stagnation, combined with her own internal battles, pushed her to the brink. Hollywood was ready to discard her like so many others, and that's exactly what they did. But the shocking twist came years later when Shannon revealed a secret that would explain her near-complete retreat from Hollywood. She was diagnosed with breast cancer, a diagnosis she kept mostly to herself for fear of further exploitation by an industry that thrives on tragedy. Shannon's absence from the limelight wasn't just due to her health struggles. It was her conscious choice to distance herself from an industry that had worn her down. Number 3, Brendan Fraser, the fall and rise of a giant. Brendan Fraser's rise to stardom was meteoric. In the late 90s and early 2000s, he was the face of blockbuster hits like The Mummy, George of the Jungle, and Encino Man. He had it all: a thriving career, an army of fans, and a charismatic charm that seemed to promise decades of success. But suddenly, in the mid-2000s, Fraser disappeared from Hollywood almost entirely. At first, there were whispers that Fraser had simply lost interest in acting, but the reality was much darker. Behind the scenes, Fraser was fighting a series of personal battles, including a devastating divorce and a lawsuit involving an alleged assault by a former Hollywood executive. These events left Fraser emotionally and physically scarred, and soon, his once innocent enthusiasm for acting was replaced by a sense of deep trauma. The shocking twist: Fraser's career wasn't just derailed by personal tragedy, it was a deliberate and strategic move by the industry. Hollywood was notorious for chewing up stars like him, and the pressure was unbearable. Fraser's decision to step away wasn't one of choice. It was a result of the industry's coldness and lack of compassion for stars once they're no longer in demand. Years later, Fraser began his slow but powerful comeback, but the question remained: would Hollywood ever truly let him heal? Number 4, Heather Locklear, the price of perfection. Heather Locklear was the epitome of 80s beauty and success. From Dynasty to Melrose Place, she had it all. She was the quintessential it girl of the era, gracing magazines and becoming the star of TV dramas that defined a generation. She seemed poised for a long, flourishing career in Hollywood, yet just as quickly as she rose, she seemed to disappear from the spotlight. The truth behind Locklear's sudden absence from Hollywood is far more complicated than a simple fall from grace.
Heather, how are you doing? The turmoil continues for troubled actress Heather Locklear. The former Melrose Place star shielded her face with a hoodie today after being busted yet again.
After years of playing the perfect, glamorous leading lady, Locklear began to struggle with the personal toll that fame took on her life. The pressure to maintain her image, combined with a marriage that fell apart and several public breakdowns, pushed Locklear to the brink. In a dramatic turn of events, her career began to crumble, and the world watched as the woman who once appeared flawless was reduced to tabloid fodder. But the shocking twist came when it was revealed that Locklear's downfall wasn't just about personal struggles or poor choices. Behind the scenes, she was fighting for her sanity and self-worth in an industry that had relentlessly objectified her. Hollywood had created a monster of beauty and perfection, and when Locklear could no longer meet those impossible standards, she was pushed aside. And then, just when it seemed like her story was over, Locklear began a slow and painful recovery. Could she return to the spotlight once again, or had the industry already turned its back on her? Number 5. Alyssa Milano, the unseen struggle behind the smiles. Alyssa Milano was the girl next door for an entire generation, known for her roles in Who's the Boss and Charmed. She embodied the wholesome, relatable character that fans adored. As one of the most beloved actresses of the late 80s and 90s, Milano seemed destined to continue a long career in television, but just when it seemed like her path was clear, she too disappeared from the Hollywood radar. The public narrative told a simple story. Milano had stepped away to focus on family and activism, but the real reason for her disappearance was far more complicated. Behind closed doors, Milano was confronting a battle with mental health that she kept hidden from the public. The intense pressure of constant public scrutiny, combined with an industry that demanded perfection, took a toll on her. Her sudden absence was a result of an internal fight that many never saw coming. The shocking twist came when Milano shared the truth. Hollywood's toxic environment, combined with her own personal struggles, led her to retreat. She had been pushed to the brink of exhaustion, dealing with a combination of depression, anxiety, and burnout that made it impossible for her to continue working in the industry. But Milano didn't just vanish, she found a new purpose. Over time, she became an outspoken advocate for women's rights and mental health, using her voice to bring attention to issues that Hollywood often ignored. Her disappearance from the screen was not the end of her story. It was the beginning of a new chapter, one where she regained control of her life and career in a way that Hollywood never expected. So that's it for today's video. If you enjoyed the stories, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more gripping tales. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, and we'll see you in the next one.